Welcome back to my channel. Did we just see the absolute collapse of the Forrester dynasty, or was that slap just the sound of a daughter finally waking up to her father's ultimate betrayal? Seriously, if you thought the tension at Forrester Creations was already high, you weren't ready for the total nuclear fallout that just leveled the CEO office. Was this really just about moving some desks around, or did Rich Forrester just sign the death warrant for his relationship with his own flesh and blood? Today we are diving deep into the wreckage of a family war that has moved way past business as usual. We are talking about a situation that might be impossible to fix. For years we've watched the Logans and the Forresters fight, but this latest move by Ridge is arguably the most spineless thing he's ever done. When he called Steffy into that office, he didn't look like a boss. He looked like a man who had already traded his soul for Brooke Logan's approval. By deciding to bench Steffy and give the co-CEO keys to Brooke, Ridge didn't just change the corporate chart. He told Steffy that her years of hard work were worth less than his wife's latest wish. This is the setup for a Category 5 hurricane that is tearing through the foundation of everything Eric Forrester built. To understand why this slap was so earned, we have to look at what's going on inside Ridge's head. He's a man who has spent decades bouncing between his destiny and his family legacy. Ridge's decision wasn't based on money or a new vision for the company. It was born out of a desperate need to stop Brooke from complaining to him. In his mind, he thinks he's a peacekeeper. But in reality, he's just using his daughter as a human shield to keep his own life comfortable. He actually thought he could look Steffy in the eye and tell her she was being replaced because Brooke wanted the job. Think about how that feels. Steffy is the one who has kept the company profitable through every single scandal. This move shows a scary level of how much Ridge's work life is controlled by his romantic fears. He isn't making big decisions for the stockholders. He's making them based on pillow talk. From a psychological view, Ridge is showing a classic pattern. He's sacrificing the person most loyal to him, Steffy, just to keep the person he's afraid of losing, Brooke, happy. It is a weak display of leadership. It has stripped him of his authority in the eyes of his children. When Ridge told her the news, Steffy stood her ground. She laid out a resume that includes saving the company from ruin. She kept the couture line profitable while everyone else was busy with personal drama. And what was Ridge's response? He just gave her a kicked puppy look. That look proves he knew he was wrong before he even opened his mouth. This is the ultimate betrayal. It proves that no matter what Steffy does, she will always be second best to a Logan in her father's eyes. Then came the slap heard round the world. When Steffy's hand hit Ridge's face, it wasn't just a physical hit. It was the sound of a family bond breaking forever. For the first time in her life, Steffy didn't look at Ridge as a hero. She looked at him as a traitor to the Forrester name. The slap was cinematic perfection because it carried the weight of every time Ridge chose Brooke over his own kids. It left Ridge stumbling back, looking like a little boy who finally got in trouble for having no backbone. I honestly believe we saw the spirit of the late Stephanie Forrester enter that room. Stephanie spent her whole life trying to protect the company from Brooke. Seeing her granddaughter stand her ground with that cold Forrester steel felt like a tribute to her. Steffy didn't cry or beg. She became the leader the company actually needs. By slapping Ridge, she told him he is no longer the protector of their legacy. She told him he's the one destroying it. Ridge didn't even try to defend himself. He just held his cheek, totally shell-shocked. Maybe he finally realized he crossed a line he can never go back across. This is the breaking point for a family that has been on the edge for weeks. It's a nuclear bomb in the middle of the office. The fallout is going to be felt for a long, long time. While the Forresters are falling apart, Brooke and Hope are reportedly celebrating early. This might be the most delusional move of the whole season. They are acting like they've already won. Brooke really thinks that she and Ridge as married coas would be more powerful. But she's ignoring the fact that she is building her throne on the ruins of her husband's family. Brooke's goal here is pretty cruel. She doesn't just want the job title. She wants to prove she has more power over Ridge than his daughter does. It's a power grab disguised as a romance. Brooke is marking her territory. She's using Hope as her cheerleader to make sure the Logan influence stays forever. They think Steffy will just get over it eventually. But they have no idea who Steffy Forrester really is. Hope is just as manipulative in this. She's the one who put the idea in Brooke's head. She knows that if her mom is the boss, Her failing Hope for the future line will get all the money it wants. It's a rescue mission for her own professional failures. Now we have to talk about the other side of the story. Some spoilers say Ridge is actually the one who slapped Steffy. In that version, it's not about Brooke's job. It's about how Steffy treats Hope. Ridge reportedly loses it after Steffy puts Hope's line on the back burner again. He sees it as a petty act of war instead of a business move. If this is what happens, it makes Ridge look even worse. A father hitting his daughter over a corporate decision is a massive escalation of their toxic dynamic. It would mean Ridge has become so blinded by his need to protect the Logans that he thinks his daughter's strength is cruel. He sees her as a tyrant who enjoys making people feel small. It would be a breaking point that proves Ridge can't tell the difference between leadership and abuse anymore. In this scenario, he hits her because he's horrified by her. Either way, the relationship is dead. The war has crossed a line that changes everything. Steffy didn't just walk out and cry. She started planning a legal coup. This is where it gets really interesting. Steffy isn't just a sad daughter. She is a major shareholder who knows where all the secrets are. She's already promised to go to the board of directors to take away every bit of power Ridge has. Think about the leverage she has. She owns a huge part of the company. She can probably count on Thomas to help her. And she has Eric's love, even if he's been acting a bit wishy-washy lately. If Steffy can prove to the board that Ridge is making multi-million-dollar decisions just to stop his wife from nagging him, he could be kicked out for a breach of duty. She is ready to burn the whole company down before she lets Brooke turn it into a playground. This is a real chess move. While Brooke and Hope are picking out new furniture, Steffy is building an army. She's moving from pain to ruthless strategy. This is a Shakespearean level of family betrayal. This explosion is going to hit everyone in the building. Carter Walton has been warning them for weeks that this war would destroy the company. Now he's stuck in the middle of a legal nightmare. As the lawyer for the company, Carter has to handle Steffy's coup. He might have to choose between his loyalty to Ridge and the fact that Steffy is actually the one doing the work. Then there's Zend. He's already mad that his work on Hope's line was sidelined. Steffy could easily win him over by promising him more power if he helps her in the boardroom. Even the Logans aren't united. Bill and Katie are worried about Brooke's power play. Bill can't believe Brooke is being such an obstacle to their own Logan fashion house. Katie can see that Brooke just wants a title to feel important. This move might actually push the sisters further apart. It's a storm that Katie and Bill aren't ready for. At its heart, this story is about the trauma of the Forrester children. They are always forced to fight for their father's love against the Logans. Steffy's slap was the end of years of trying to please Ridge. She finally realized that the approval she wanted was never going to come. When your own father betrays you for a vendetta, the only way to survive is to cut the tie. She's decided their relationship is dead and buried. This isn't just soap drama. It's a deep family wound that won't fade easily. Ridge, on the other hand, is just dealing with a massive ego and no backbone. He's trapped in a loop. He can't see that by choosing his wife, he is destroying his daughter's world. Hope is at a crossroads too. Her mom is fighting for her at Forrester, but Liam and Katie are offering her a new path at Logan. Liam told her to run away from the tyranny at Forrester and start her own line called Hope. That idea shocked her because it was a real exit, not just sympathy. If Hope stays, she looks like a kid who needs her mom to pull the strings. But if she leaves, she can have her own future. The slap and the firing actually make Hope leaving more likely. It turned a business change into a permanent wound. If Hope leaves, Forrester loses the plot. It lets the Logans say they saved her from being sidelined. This leaves Ridge looking at the mess of a decision that was supposed to bring peace. So where is this all going? If you think things will go back to normal in a few weeks, you're wrong. We are heading for a full power shift. I think Steffy is going to successfully kick Ridge out, but she might end up totally alone. I also think Thomas is going to come back with a vengeance. If Steffy calls him, he's the only one who can be as ruthless as she is. Together, they could make Forrester Logan free for good. That wouldn't just be a change in bosses. It would be a revolution. And what about Brooke? If she loses this power play, she's going to have a total meltdown. She's become obsessed with that co-CEO seat. Failing to get it would destroy her ego. She and Hope might just resign and take Zend with them. That would leave the company with no talent. Is Steffy the villain here for firing Hope and slapping her dad? Or is Ridge the villain for betraying his daughter for pillow talk? To me, Ridge is the one who crossed the line. You don't sacrifice your kid's career just to keep your wife from nagging you. It's embarrassing and destructive. Steffy is a hero today for slapping some sense into a man who has waffled for too long. She did what every fan has wanted to do for 20 years. Whether you like Steffy or Brooke, there's no denying that the show just got way more intense. This isn't about clothes or men anymore. It's about survival. Steffy isn't just the woman who moved Hope's line off the board. Now she's the woman who pushed her father too far. She caused a full-blown family rupture. It's a story of a family finally hitting the wall after weeks of disrespect. Steffy's move looked like business, but everyone else took it personally. Ridge's reaction is the proof. He's had enough. Whether that slap was about anger or regret, one thing is clear. The war has crossed a new line. Nobody is walking away without scars. This is why it's so hard to fix. When a parent loses control like that, it leaves a scar that doesn't go away. Now the question isn't who is right. It's what has been broken and if it can ever be put back together. Steffy might think she's winning control, but she might be losing everything that made that control matter. And Hope isn't just hurt anymore. She's being forced into a new identity. That kind of change doesn't usually go backward. So I have to ask you, do you think Ridge crossed a line he shouldn't have? Or was this the only way to stop Steffy? If Steffy really walks away now, do you think she's ever coming back? Or is this the moment she chooses herself for good? I have a feeling this isn't the end of the fallout. This is just the beginning. I think we're seeing alliances break and loyalties crack. Someone we don't expect might end up taking control of the whole story. If that happens, the real shock won't be the slap. It will be who is standing when the dust settles. Keep your eyes on the next move. In stories like this, the quiet reaction after the explosion is where the real twist starts. If you're watching closely, you might see it coming before anyone else. This has been a huge breakdown of the Forrester war. If you want to stay up to date while we watch Steffy's legal coup happen, make sure to subscribe and like this video. Also, let me know in the comments which team you're on. Are you standing with the Forrester bloodline or the Logan takeover? I'll see you in the next deep dive. But until then, keep watching the boardroom. The next move is going to change everything. Think about it for a second. If Ridge stays with Brooke after all of this, does he even deserve the Forrester name anymore? He's let his personal life ruin his professional legacy. Steffy is fighting for her future, and adding to Ridge's problems in a way he never expected. She even warned him not to pretend he was recreating the magic of Eric and Stephanie. Stephanie had influence, but Eric was the CEO. Steffy isn't stopping Brooke from being a matriarch. She just doesn't want her in her office. Ridge admitted he was proud of her, but that doesn't mean much when he's trying to replace her. Steffy even brought up all her old scars and pushed Ridge to choose his daughter for once. On the other side, Brooke and Hope are so confident that Ridge will do what's best for the Logans. They're wondering if Steffy will come unglued, but they're still hoping for that big change. Meanwhile, Katie is looking at bad designs that she says are only good for Halloween. Bill is trying to be encouraging, especially since Hope might still come to Logan to help them make a splash. But Liam told them that Hope might actually stick with Forrester after all. Brooke replacing Steffy was huge news to Katie and Bill. The drama is just going to keep exploding over the next few weeks. We even have new people like Dylan getting job offers in the perfume line under Daphne. It's a massive chance for her. But the company is already so full of tension from the power struggles. How will that change things? Everything is connected. Brooke's power play is the talk of the town, and Bill and Katie can't believe she's doing this while their new fashion house is finding success. This could shake up the whole industry, not just one company. You can't put it back the way it was. Hope might leave. Bill might see dollar signs. But Steffy is now the woman who pushed her father too far. She might have caused a full family rupture. It's not just about a slap. It's about a family hitting a wall after weeks of disrespect and politics. Steffy's move looked like business, but it was a personal attack to everyone else. Ridge's answer was the proof. He's had enough. The war has crossed another line. Nobody is walking away okay. This is why it's so hard to fix. When a parent loses control, it leaves a deep scar. Now we have to wonder what's been broken and if it can even be fixed. Steffy is losing everything that made her control matter. Hope is finding a new identity. Things don't go backward from here. Do you think Ridge went too far? Or was it the only way? If Hope leaves, is she gone for good? I think we're just at the beginning of the fallout. Alliances will shift, and someone we don't expect will take control. The real shock is coming. Keep watching.